Hello everybody, I'm Ixical, and in this video we're going to explore the wonderful world of elevators. That's right. Look at this. In Diamond Insurance, I've built an elevator unit and I'm going to show you how to as well. Elevators in Minecraft is actually quite thrilling, as sad as it sounds, but here it is, look. The elevator's ready. I go in, press the button and select officers. Then I can go all the way to the top of the Diamond Insurance Plaza without having to use stairs and waste my legs because I'm tired. Look at this. I can see the view of the city. Absolutely brilliant. And I'm going up the building very, very quickly. It would be nice to make it a bit faster, but actually this is pretty cool. Here I am, the top floor. Yes, just jump over these desks because I don't care. Climb up these stairs and I'll show you the top of the Diamond Insurance Plaza. But I'm not here for this today. I'm here for the elevators. Let's close the door and have a quick look. That's the city. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm jumping down. That's right. Because I'm going to show you some other stuff that I'm going to get to in a minute. Let's fly over to this building here. And that is the Oak Lovelies, isn't it? Remember? I built this a long time ago. And I've actually installed an elevator now. And it works. It goes to level 0, which apparently is the ground floor. But, you know, it's level 1, isn't it? Ground floor, door G. Let's go up anyway. You can go all the way up to the 4th floor. Or should be the 5th floor. Anyway, it works. Look at this. I'm here. Here I am. Let's go and have a look. Up top. I'm not going to go in the apartments. That's rude. And that's it. So I've got elevators working. Let's install it. First thing you need to do is get yourself Fabric Installer. Head over to the Fabric Loader website and hit download. Make sure you get the correct version for Windows, and once that's downloaded, just leave it in your downloads folder. You also need Fabric API, and we need this for 1.20.4. That's the version I use in Midsamara City, and luckily Usual Mod works with it too. Then you need to download the station decorations, that's again for 1.20.4, and Fabric. Don't worry, all the links are in the description, and it's a very easy process once you've downloaded all of the mods. Once you've got that, you now need to download the Joban Client Mod. I don't really know what it is, but it's got some station decoration pieces. Again, for 1.20.4, download that one and leave it in your downloads folder. Some of these downloads are absolutely massive. I'm talking 80 megabytes, and it took me a while to download them for some reason, but I downloaded them anyway, and everything is almost ready. Then we need to head over to CurseForge or Modrinth and download the Minecraft Transit Railway. Here, it does explain that you need a bunch of mods, but we're downloading those, and it allows for elevators. That's what we're going for today. Perfect. So download this one. Again, you need the version 1.20.4 for Fabric. That's cool. I think that's all the mods ready, really. This one took me absolutely ages to download, but don't worry about it. If you're liking my series and my videos, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to do that. I'm here to help as well, and this is the Elevator Mods tutorial. So sit back and relax as we go in and install the final mod, the MTR London Underground, which looks really, really cool. And I actually want to build one of those one day, but it's going to be very difficult. Although I do love trains. Now you've downloaded them all, we're going to move on to step 2. And step 2 is basically installing the Fabric Mod launcher. Here you can just click the thing at the top left. It'll give you this launcher. Make sure you set it to 1.20.4 and make sure you've enabled Create a Profile. Install it and we're done. That is half of the problem complete. So now I'm just going to quickly switch back to Facecam and talk about what I'm doing here. And what I'm doing is building a sort of safety fence so nobody can get in here. Otherwise, it's going to be dangerous, isn't it? I'm going to put a switch. I can't put it there, so I've got to put it on the wall. Then you could use the green gourd and then just basically move it across with the GUI tool. I am a master with the Usual Mod, and I absolutely love it, look. Now I've done that, I can basically put in some poles. So I've got a pole template, and I'm going to choose red. Let's have a look. I'm going to find a red concrete. This one, yeah, that'll do. And I can put that in sideways, look. And maybe another one. Might need a white one. I like a bit of a hazard warning, so I'm going to grab this white one. Yeah, that'll do. Well, it's a pole template. I have to choose white concrete. There we go. Choose that one. And I could stick that next to it. But look, notice there's a gap there. Nobody likes the gap. So turn that into an entity and then shift it across with the GUI tool like this. Then I've got at least one of them. I can control middle click this piece. What I'm going to do is move that one across first, actually. Then I can control middle click it, look. Just like this. And then do the same here. And now I've got the entities. I can paste them in and again and again and again, and it doesn't have that gap. Once I've done that, I've got myself a nice barrier. I go into Axiom Mod, which is another thing that I use, and basically I'm going to select this whole thing like that, a bit forward, and a little bit across to get the switch. I want to get that next bit. So press enter and then just do another block there, look. Cool. And then I can copy that, go around to the side here, which is like another entrance to this facility. This facility, by the way, I'm just building this thing and not telling you what it is. This is going to be an elevator construction yard. It's in the sort of factory quarter of the city, and I intend to use this to build elevators, or at least house them here. Whoops, I made a mistake there, so go back in, shift Control Z to go back, and then basically put the fence in. Done. Cool. So I've got 2 fences, I'm just going to put one here as well. This is a pretty good idea. Just remove this bit of the wall. It's a very solid fence. I used that in a power plant before. It's a security fence. Nobody's allowed in there. So put that here. One more forward, I think. Yep. Press enter, and I've got myself 3 barriers that you can only access if you have the pass. Although you could probably climb on the wall. Now we can head to step 3. To configure the launcher to get the elevators things working. Make sure you select the instance you've got. If you want to, you can install a new one, but we have got fabric and I'm going to call it elevators. And I'm going to leave the furnace there as a nice icon. Make sure you change this folder. It's got to be a new folder in your Minecraft folder. Here, I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to call it elevators. So I'm going to make a folder, call it elevators. Press enter and then go in there and basically press upload at the bottom. Then everything else is ready, you can click save and play. Once you've done that, you accept the risks and press play. Yep, I think I'm happy with that. Everything looks okay. Remember, it's the elevators instance. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Then in the game, you can basically change the settings however you want. I like to have a certain setup for my game. And here, look, I'm just changing these things. The hotbar is going to be like that. And command for the little button on the left next to number 1. If you press single player and create a new world, I'm going to go for creative and enter the new world. It's not going to have any of the mods installed, but the game is now configured and the launcher is ready for the mods. So I'm just going to load up the game. Look, here I am. I'm in the game. Cool. So yeah, that's cool. The mouse settings are a bit crazy. I like to lower it a bit, maybe go down to 35%. Yep, that'll do. And I'm going to go to a nice peaceful area and look, no mods. But never mind, it works. So save and quit, and then you need to go back into the installer, the launcher here, and click on your installation. I'm going to use Midsommar City for this, but if you want to, you can use the elevators one. Open up the folders and the mods folder. It's here. Drag over those mods that we downloaded earlier, and now it should work with no problems. In theory. Press play again. I've got the 5 mods installed that I need. Open up the new world that we've just made. Yep, I'm ready. Here I am, back in the world. Go over here, press E. You can see the 2nd and 3rd tab has now lit up with different mods from the mod packs for the metro, the elevators, and everything else. Look at this. Facilities, escalators. That's what we want. This one is the elevators mod today. Brilliant work. Now, for the rest of the video, I'm going to apply a hard hat. And this is an architect's hard hat. And it's going to be part of my signature look from now on. I'm going to build the rest of the city and other things with the hard hat sometimes, because I think it's a necessary process to have the architecture hat, because I'm an architect in Minecraft. Anyway, enough of that, I'm going crazy. Let's go and build this building, which requires a hard hat. So here, look, it's going to be built using quartz blocks with this little brown frame thing. It looks really cool. I'm going to add these little doors around it. This is going to be the office for the Midsommar elevator department. I'm going to put some grey windows in. Nothing too crazy. It's a simple box office. But that's what you want, isn't it, really? Have some windows at the side and just basically use Axiom mod to copy and paste it. There it is. This is the office block unit. And it is quite beautiful. I put this little fetching thing around the side, but then I changed it to be metal. I think it's a little bit better when it's metal, the blind wall. It looks cool. I'm going to put the frames on the windows because it's necessary. It looks cool like that. It makes it nice and clean. And I'm basically just going to stick in a couple of lights at the side. One here, one there, and then stick another one here, float it in the air, and then just wiggle it across with the GUI tool. Put a nice simple roof on, Axiom mod it up like that, and then basically stick in a couple of light detectors, stoves with railings which look really cool as AC blocks, and then put in some pipes at the side like this. Cool, that's for the drainage, and then some soot pipes at the top as well. That's for ventilation. Pretty cool. Some more soot pipes at the top, make it look like a functional building with AC units round the side. Pretty cool. I'm happy with this building, and if you're liking it, subscribe, send me a comment, support me on Coffee if you want to. This schematic is available. Let's go and build an elevator in here. Now first you notice the floor. It looks cool like this. It's metal blind wall. Turn one of them into an entity and then bring it down into the ground a little bit. This is important so the elevator doesn't clip through. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Cool. So now I've done that. I'll just get rid of those. The wall behind it's a bit of a mess. I'll change that to birch, so that way it's hidden a little bit, isn't it? Cool. So now I've got that. I sink into the floor, but that's not a problem. Now I need to find all of the elevator things from the new mod we've just installed. So let's go and have a look through the list. Here they are, elevators and escalators, but I don't want escalators, I don't want the stairs. I need the elevators, and I need these things like the tracks, the station parts, this thing, the button, this thing's very important, and a door, and another one of those. I don't need another one of those. We'll try the different doors. There's evens and odd ones. So first thing you need to do is put the floor track in, and then one on the next floor, which I think will be there. I'll test it, I'm not sure exactly. Then put the tracks in. That's so the elevator can move. Cool. Now you need to stick in the elevator box. Bang. Pretty good. It's in the wall. That's not good. So right click it, and then you get the option to move the elevator where you want it to be. Make it a bit bigger, 3 by 3, and then offset it a bit. Now I always forget which offset I want. I guess it's going to be the Z-axis. Yep. See how the floor is clipping? That's why I did that with the GUI tool and the entities. Now I've got 2 floors. Pretty good, pretty good. Get some windows. I'm going to take that. I like the glass. I want to have a bit of a glass elevator here. Chop through a bit so I've got a bit more wall space. Make it nice and simple to get in, but I also want it to look rather, designer, to be honest. Chip away a bit of the floor and the ceiling, put in this nice white one to match the rest of the building. Pretty good. All the way across like this, and then match it up here and here. Now I've got myself an elevator space. Now I can fill it up with the glass. So I'm going to grab the glass and just put in the glass here. Leave a space at the front for the door and the buttons and the other sign. That's good. Do the same here. 4, another 4. All the way to the top. Yes, it is. I could put some glass here as well. Kind of make it a bit safer. People might fall through. And then some more glass here. That way I can have a sign. So now I can put in the doors, but there's a problem if I put the doors in. It works, but it also doesn't work. So don't do that yet. I need to put in the buttons. I'm going to put the buttons in, not there because they're floating. I'll put them in here. That's correct. And then I can put in one of these signs at the top. So I'm just having a look where I can put them. I might have to go upstairs first. Yeah, I'm going to do this floor first. So here, and put the doors in. Looks good. You need those doors, otherwise the elevator doesn't work. Put those here like this, do the exact same thing all the way to the ceiling. Then I've got myself a nice elevator and a cubicle, which is not going to be bothersome. Good. Make it nice and safe all the way across like that. Excellent. Now I can put the buttons in. Pretty good. Now what I want to do really is put the sign in, but I'm not going to do that yet, I don't think. Yeah, well, let's have a look. I can't access that yet, but I need to get in. So here's the track. You use the linking tool to link it to the buttons, and now it works. Good. Do the same at the top. You don't need the doors. The doors get in the way. Link them with the linking tool. Now it should work. I also need the sign. I'm going to try the odd one. Yeah. It could be the even, it could be the odd one. I'm not sure exactly. Let's try the odd one. That's it. Perfect. You can also link this to the same track panel. So click it, and then right click it again, and now I have linked it to that panel. Does that make sense? Do it again here. Ignore the elevator. It's not in the way. It's kind of an invisible thing. Cool. Now they're both linked. That's brilliant. Now it should work. However, there's no doors. There are doors, but there needs to be like double doors, 2 of them. I also need a brush. This is from the Metro, the Transit Railway mod. You click the brush, and now you can name things. I'm going to call this one floor number 1, ground. Now it says ground. Good. Do the same here. Grab the brush, put it here. Floor number 2, and I'm going to call it main office. That's pretty good. Main office. Yes. Remove the brush, press the button. Nothing happens because there's no doors. Don't forget to add the doors. These doors here. I think it's going to be the odd ones. Put them in. Good. Go back to the top. Put them in. There's sort of like 2 doors now. That was confusing for a while. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fix the hole here, and now I can open it. Open it. The elevator arrives. I can go in the elevator just as you'd expect in real life. Yeah, it works. Press the button again. Press the button. Okay, get in. Then you have to press Z or Z. And then when you get that, you can open up this menu and you can select the floor that you want. I want floor 1. Pretty good. It works. It took me a while to figure out that you need doors and the elevator, which has doors. It's very confusing, but it works. Everything's good. You go in, you press Z, and then you use the button there to go up to the floor that you want to go to. Second floor. Done. This building does not have stairs. They don't want stairs. They believe so much in their product, their elevator product, they don't need the safety stairs. Even if there's a fire, they will use elevators. They don't care. Pretty good. Anyway, that's complete. That's done. So let's move on to the next part of the project. I'm going to build the rest of this place up and have more elevators around the city. I think they're very important. But first, let's build the reception space. It's going to be very big reception space, coffee machine, rugs, and I'm going to go with a brown color scheme here with bamboo. Nothing too fancy, a nice brown color scheme looks good. I like it like this with a book, some tables, some chairs, nice little brown sofas as well for guests to rest here. I think that's an important thing to do. If people are in this building dealing with elevators, they need to come and rest and buy things and buy an elevator. I haven't named the company yet, but I will later. Anyway, that's cool. Loads of little cushions and things for people to sit on. Coffees, put some paintings up. It takes a while to choose the paintings, but I really like that brown one. Then I go up to the main office space, and I'm going to decorate that with all the things you need, including a fire extinguisher, which I feel may be important because there's no stairs. That's kind of funny. This is going to be a toilet unit. I'm just going to put in all of these things outside, like these bamboo plants, some drawers, and in here I'm just going to add the toilet. I actually put a toilet on my head. You probably didn't see it, did you? But I did. It was a mistake. That's the usual mod's toilet hat. Don't know why there's one of those. Gonna add a vent there, and then stick in the desks for the computers. Pretty cool. Brown tables and brown chairs. Yeah, not brown tables. And then I'm gonna put in the computers here with the telephones. Computer cases. They don't call it a box. They call it case. So you gotta find that. Cool. Put in these paintings. I like that brown one, so I've got to try and find it. Done. Put in more paintings on the side. More interesting features, including a computer on Facebook. All of the computers, for some reason, are on Facebook as default. But whatever. That'll do. That looks nice. Happy with that. This facility is finished. I like it from the inside. From the outside, I've got to add some more details, including a sign. I'll put the item frames there, and I'll deal with that in a minute. Going to put in a cargo box at the back there, and now I'm going to build another elevator. See how I was floating there? I was paused. So here, look, I'm going to get all the bits for the elevator mod. Here I need these tools again. You want the door, the elevator unit, the tracks. Very important. If you don't have the tracks, it won't work. The linking device. That's pretty much it, really, and maybe buttons as well. Good. Once I've got those things, I'll take the sign as well. I can build this whole thing. I also need the brush. I'm going to put the brush in my inventory so I can deal with the flooring first. This is the space I've got for the elevator. It looks good. We're going to put the track. I'll put it here. That's basically the ground floor. And then you can build the rest of it up using, I don't know, the smooth quartz blocks like this, which do look really good. And then stick in another track pad here. Build it all the way up again. I'm counting out 8 each time. Like that. Put in another one. Another 8. I would have counted there. I made a mess nearly. Put in a few more. I need to count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. And then another one all the way up. This is going to be the highest point in the city, I think. Not really. Diamond Insurance is the highest point in the city, but this is the elevator construction yard. And you need to lay these tracks every time, otherwise it doesn't work. So go down like this, linking up each one of those stations, you could call them, to the track. It's a very important process to do, otherwise it's not going to work and you're going to be in trouble. Good, all the way with no gaps. Done. I just want to check it. Go up the building like this, kind of a building, I'm not really sure what it is, the tower. Yep, it's all correct. Good. So now you can put the elevator refresher in. So here, put it in. It's got that red buoy, or red buoy, to show you which floors it will go to. When you right-click it with the elevator refresher, you can basically change the settings of it, like make it bigger, across a little bit, rotate it with the doors. Excellent. I like to offset it, but not like that. But it's handy because I can go underground. So here I'm going to find some new blocks. I'm going to get these metal blind wall, chop out the floor like this, and then put the metal blind wall in, turn that one into an entity, and then just sink it into the ground by 2. Okay, control middle click it to grab it, and then just stick in those entities there. That way, the elevator doesn't clip into the floor, which is a very annoying feature of the elevator mod, I'll be honest. Offset it down again. See how it doesn't clip anywhere? It's clipping in the wall there, but I can fix that. Shift it across. Now it clips, you see. I don't like that. There we go. The elevator is in perfect position. It's healthy. Good. Just remove those. Put that across like that. Excellent. Now I've got myself a really decent looking outdoor elevator for testing purposes. Cool. Put that in here. Just chop that one. Kind of like a bit at the back. I kind of wanted to go for a glass elevator so you could see the whole city. But unfortunately, with the track, you need to have, you know, a little bit of solid wall. You're always going to see the track. So never mind. That's cool anyway, like that. So now I'm going to build the rest of it. I'm going to use these nice quartz blocks, which look very stylish, and it keeps the rain out as well. So that's quite an important feature, I feel. Going to go all the way across, but I'm not going to build it like that. It's going to take forever, isn't it? I'm going to use the powers of Axiom Mod to reach the sky. So here, look, I'm just going to use the rectangle tool and select an area around the elevator like this, all the way to the top, hit myself enter, and then I can do it again, go back to the bottom, and then select another area for this sort of rectangle. Got to do the same thing again and again. It's going to take a while. Select it there, go up with the green line all the way to the top, so it doesn't go too far. Press enter. The reason I'm doing this is because I can change the air to be blocks. Do the same thing here, go all the way to the top, stop when I get to the point, press enter, and then you can click replace air with the quartz blocks. So then type in the quartz blocks that you want, make sure it's the correct one, and it's done. I don't have to build it very slowly and painfully and boringly. So that's done. Chip away a bit more flooring so it's nice and entrancey. And I've got my elevator space ready. I just need to link it. So put the buttons in here. Yep, put the doors in. Now again, the doors, you don't need to put the doors in yet. I've done it too early, too hasty there, because I need to connect the bottom. See, I'm angry. Connect it like that. You can see it says 1. Great. So now I need to figure out exactly where the next bit is. So I'm thinking the buttons might go here, 1 above. I think it will be. See, look, it's going to be 1 above, or maybe 2 above, about here. We could try it there. We can always double link it, so there's no issue. Link it to the track panel at the back, that paneling thing, and then put in the flooring. So that's linked. See where it goes. It stops here. Yep, so now I can put in the flooring underneath so I don't plop out when I come out the elevator. Good, I like that. Do the same all the way up, so do it again. Find the space where you think the button might be. I think it's going to be here. That's right, and then link it. Connected. That one should work. Call the elevator. Well, I could probably just build the floor now. I'm kind of used to this. Good. I'm going to call the elevator anyway. I like to. It's too low, you see? Look at that, not happy. Call it. You see, that's why I had to check these things first. Why am I building it? Too quick. Build it here, just 1 lower. There we go. If you put blocks inside the tunnel or the shaft, you get clipping. You can actually go through them with the elevator, but I wouldn't recommend that. Put the buttons in and then link it up. Boom, boom. I should probably call it now. Yep, call the elevator. Then get this. See, it's lower. So the buttons are too high there. Always make sure you do it level by level. Yeah, just move it down a bit and then just link it again. No issue. You can link many buttons to the same elevator shaft panel, I guess. Cool, it does work all the way up. I'm going to rename them in a minute. They're all level 1, which is kind of funny. Do the same button here, link it up, boom and boom. Excellent. Okay, then call it. Just make sure you call it without that tool in your hand, and then just link up the flooring like that so I don't fall to my doom. Excellent. Again, go up, find the next place to the buttons, here I think, and then link it. 1, 2, linked, and then call it just to make sure it lands where it needs to land, and then put in the flooring. Simple. It's not too much of an issue. I would recommend when you're building elevators, have a bit more space between each elevator. Otherwise, it's going to be a very cramped, small elevator, which probably do exist. And the final floor probably needs to be built up a little bit more. I'll test it anyway. So link, call, and then call. Whoops, I need to call it. There we go, it's calling. It's coming up to the top, and there's the flooring. So put the flooring in. Actually, it works, just needs to be 1 more for the button, but that's not an issue, is it? So yeah, just remove that button in a second. I'll build this across like that, make it a bit taller, so I've got plenty of space. Excellent. Yep, get rid of the button, put it back in here, and then linky, done. So every floor is now linked. Cool, so I'm just going to add the sort of roof of it so it doesn't get wet. This is the testing facility for the elevators, isn't it? So I want to build one. If you've seen them in cities before, they do look like this. You will see one massive tower, which looks really out of place and pointless, but it's actually an elevator testing facility, just like this one. Exactly like you'd see. See how those blocks are clipping? That makes me mad, but I'm not going to change that. That's fine. Okay, so now what I want to do, no, I don't like that. Now what I want to do is put the signs in as well. So first, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Maybe I can link up those. I'll call it, bring it down, see if it works all the way. Yeah, it's coming down, good. I want to put the signs in as well, because they're important. I think they're very important to have, because then you know exactly where you're going. Yep, so put the doors in as well. Put the doors on every floor. Then you can actually use it, otherwise it's useless. For some reason, the elevators require doors, even though the elevators have doors. That confused me for quite some time. I was thinking, why is it not working? Why can't I get this working? Anyway, I'm going to put these in, look, and I can put the sign up. The display, and then do the same on every floor, and then you could link it. I'm going to link it first, that makes more sense. And yeah, get the linker. Right, click it here, go in, get rid of the doors, you see, that's why you can't put the doors too early. Yeah, otherwise it's really annoying, then you can put the doors in. So again, I've got to put the signs in first, put those blocks, then the sign. Done. You can actually link that one because there's nothing in the way. The elevator is in the way with the doors. And link. Whoop, that fell through. No problem. Link. Good. And do the same on every floor. Just go all the way up the building like this. It looks good like that. 1 and 2 is complete. Just going to put in the next one on 3. And then we can get to naming it as well. Put the sign in. I'm just making sure that you know exactly how to do it with this elevator mod. Otherwise it's confusing. Do the same again here. Linky. Put the sign in. The link connector. And right click. Done. Do the same the next floor. Put the blocks in first. Then the display panel. And then the connectors like that. Excellent. Everything's working. Do the same here. I'm getting to the top of this building. It's a rather large test facility. But it's needed. It's needed. Do that one here. And then the final floor. Yes. Put in those. Oh, that clipping makes me mad. Put that in there. The display. I can't reach. I've got to destroy those doors, you see. And then link. Cool. Then put the doors back. Doors are ready. And now I can call the elevator. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's absolutely brilliant. It's working. So go down to the bottom. I think everything's in place. Yep. I could get the brush tool. Actually, that's probably important now. Go in with the brush tool. Call it. It doesn't work. I'm locking them. I don't want to lock the buttons. Here, you can right click that and give it name 1. Give it a description, ground. Cool. I think I'm just going to number the others. I'm not going to bother. That says ground. That's good. Here, this is going to be 2. No other things, just 2. And then go up with a brush tool and name them all. 3. And then go all the way up the building like this and everything works. That's 3 again. I made a mistake there. But that's actually not right. But you can work those things out, and it's a good idea when you're building an elevator to name each level at a time instead of doing it en masse like I'm doing here, because you will confuse yourselves with numbers and names, especially if you've got a building of 20 floors or something. So let's call it, let's go in, press C, and I've noticed, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 3. That's not good. I'll go to the second 3 and have a look what the problem is. I do know what the problem is. Obviously, I've named the same floor twice. So here I need to get the brush tool and fix that. It would be better calling it on each floor and naming it each time. That would be better. See, that's wrong. Don't lock the buttons. That's wrong. Need to go in and then change that to 4. Done. And then here, change that to 5. So if you've got a building of 100 floors or something, you're going to be in some trouble. You're going to be in some trouble because you've got to rename them all again and again. I would totally recommend going one by one and then call it and test it each floor, because then it works and you know it works. And that's probably what real engineers do when they're testing elevator units. They will do each floor at a time to make sure the entire network works. Go in, press the button. Okay, I'm going to go to 7 this time. There we go. Go all the way up the building. I would have loved to have seen the city behind me instead of that brown shed, but never mind. I'm here, 7th floor. Go out and I could just fall off to my death, or I could fly, so that's cool. It works. Brilliant. That's my second elevator unit complete, and I'm happy with that. It's actually brilliant. Very good. So now I've done that, I've put in a safety ladder as well, so you can actually climb up. Engineers can go to the top and have a look. I'm just thinking, can I change it for glass? I really want to change it for glass, but you know, probably can't. But anyway, that is how you use the elevator mod. I'm going to put this little safety ring around. I'm not going to put a fence up there. Engineers know what they're doing, and they wear vests with cables, don't they? So they'll be safe. I'm not going to wear the vest with the cables though. I can just fly. Pretty good. Going to do that one here. All these little donuts around the stairwell so you can access them should there be a problem with this test unit. Because that's what we're going for, aren't we? At the MMElevator company. Because that's what I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to give it a better name than that. You just wait. I'm going to move on to building a lorry. There always needs to be some kind of lorry or device to transport the completed elevators across the city. On top of this lorry, I'm just going to put a couple of tracks in and put a sort of standard elevator on ready for transport, just like that. Looks cool. Yeah, happy with that. Put some metal underneath it. I've got myself a nice transport unit with some blind wall on the side carrying tools and components. Pretty good. Now that's complete, I'm going to have a go at making one more elevator, I think. I'm going to grab the glass here. I'm going to build this little glass one. I've already built the unit like I've done before, and I'm just going to put glass around it. It looks nice like that, but I'm not happy with the asphalt underneath. But it doesn't really matter. Again, this is a test facility. Yeah, so I'm going to put the button in. Cool, and then link it to the track. Done. I could put a sign at the front. You can actually put glass in front of the elevator, like inside the elevator. Whoa, that's really quick, isn't it? And then put the sign on top of that, but you don't need to. Link that one. It's only got 2 floors, this one. Cool. Yeah. Get the brush, because I want to rename it. It's very important to get that brush. That locks it, so be careful with that. You have to select the track at the back. 2. Excellent. Now I could call it. Wait for it to come up. The elevator refresher, it shows you that red ball as well, so you know exactly what's going on. Here, I need to put the things underneath, like that. Good, and then I can put the doors in, because for some reason, again, you need doors twice, which confused me quite a lot. Doors, done. That's the even doors. Good. And all the way around it, I'm just going to build glass and make it finished like that. Press the button again, go down to 1, done. And actually can see the city, but like I said, you can still see the track. So it's a bit annoying, but you've always got that. You can see a bit of the city in there, which is quite nice. But it's done. I'm happy with that. I've got a nice glass elevator in the testing facility down to the ground floor. Here I am, first floor. What is it anyway? Is it first floor, ground floor? I don't even know. Anyway, I get round to fixing it with glass. I use the Axiom mod to paste in the glass, put in some pressure plates, and I'm done. One more little elevator I need out here is a testing elevator. I put the tracks in. A few of the tracks like that. You can have the blocks without the tracks, but you know, it's quite nice to have the blocks. It's a stable thing, isn't it? Put the track in and then I can stick in the refresher. Here I'm going to make a really big elevator. Going to make it a little bigger, look. Depth 4, yeah. And you can change the height as well, so what I want to do. It looks good like that, but it's floating, it's no good. So change that, spin it round, and then you can change the height, offset it a bit if you want to. In the ground. You see what I mean about the clipping now? It's clipping and I don't like that. So you have to turn one of them into an entity, control middle click it, and then just put it in the ground like that. And that gets rid of the clipping. Otherwise, the elevators, honestly, they look hideous with that clipping on the floor. The only other way to do it really would be to have a hole underneath. You'd have a hole underneath the elevator. That's kind of silly. So I prefer to turn a few things into entities. Good. Here, look, I can use the refresher to make it a little bit taller. A bit thicker and a bit bigger. I'll leave it that size, but make it taller. 5. There we go. That's like a really stylish, expensive elevator. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could offset it as well. Now I planted a tree, and I'm going to use this sign. It's called MMElevator, which is MMElevator. To make a sign, you can use the map tool that I've linked at the top. It's actually very handy, because you can change maps based on the image you want. I made a really big one for MMElevator here as well. Gonna stick that up, and it says, look, the chicken go to heaven. That's right, I don't know why. The picture at the back there's like a crummy AI picture. I just thought it was really funny. I made like this AI picture. I said Minecraft. The command was something like Minecraft elevator. Cute, colourful, and it gave me chickens in an elevator. So that's what we're going for. MMElevator. The chicken go to heaven. That's what we're calling it. And it's quite funny. I'm happy with that. Gonna put up one more sign. All the signs are complete. So now I can work on Diamond Insurance and retrofit this building because it didn't have elevators. And a building as big as this without an elevator is a human rights concern. I'm sure it's absolutely horrible. So here, look, I'm basically going around the building and removing the scaffolding and replacing all of the stair units because there's too many of them and I need to fix it all with this hole in the corner. This is retrofit for an elevator. They could have 2 elevators, one for up and one for down. Anyway, here I am, look, I'm going to build it again. So it goes all the way to the top. I'm not going to build all 16 floors with you, I'm just going to build 1 or 2. So you need the track, again, the track platform, the refresher. Then you need the doors, and you also need the signs. So I'll grab the signs, grab the door, grab this linking tool, and also need the buttons, but that's not so important. You can put the tracks in like that, and it does stick to the glass, and it's not so much of an issue. Bring it up to here, that will be where it goes for the next floor. Good. Put the refresher in, it clips into the ground, very annoyingly, like I've always said, but just basically I have to move that across a bit bigger. I like it 3x3, it seems to be a bit of a nicer elevator. It's a luxury elevator. That looks good, but the floor looks hideous. So get yourself the GUI tool and the gourd from the usual mod, or you could just leave a hole in the ground if you don't have that. Turn that into an entity and then basically just resize it. Well, you could resize it or bring it into the ground a bit. Copy that one and delete all the other blocks, and now the clipping has gone because it is hideous like that. I need to offset it, but it's fine. I've got to offset the elevator because it's clipping into the glass there, so you could just move it across. Look, I think it's going to be not that way. It's going to be not that way. That's up. It's that way across. Yeah, it needs -5. There we go. So that's the elevator unit, no longer clipping, otherwise it's annoying. Good. So all I need to do now really is put in glass paneling to keep the elevator safe so people don't get in and get trapped. And I also want to put the buttons in because then it's working and everything's great. Because like I showed you at the beginning of the video, this building does need an elevator. You can't walk up 16 floors of stairs every day. You'll be retired in 2 months. You're going to be exhausted. Put in these bits here. Nice. Yep, and then I can put the signs in. That's it, really. I want to put some bits at the front as well. Make sure it's nice and safe. The sign can go here. I like it. It's kind of floating. I wouldn't mind it back a bit. So I'm going to stick in some... I'm going to leave that glass for now. Take it out for now. Change it a bit. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Put some glass in there. It's clipping. Don't worry about it. You can stick in the sign and then just remove that glass. Great. Yeah, put the doors in. I have to take the doors out because I need to link everything. But that's not an issue. Grab the buttons. Yep, put the buttons here. Pretty good. And then I can link those with the linking tool. I also need the brush to name the floors. Like I said, it's important. Don't lock the buttons. You see, I've made a mistake there, locking the buttons. 1. It makes me question myself. I was like, why doesn't it work? Because I've locked the buttons with the brush. That's a mistake. So go back, look. That's now linked, but it won't be usable because I locked it, but I didn't figure that out. So yeah, 1, we'll call that ground or reception or something. Good, it does work, but the buttons are locked. Let's go upstairs and do the same thing. Basically, I can grab the refresher, put in the side paneling. Yeah, I need to grab the glass. So I've got rid of the GUI tool, I don't need that now. Put in the glass like that, all the way to the ceiling. Pretty good, nice expensive elevator unit. I like it. All the way to the top, and then do the same with the buttons here. Link it to the panel. Call it floor 2. Yep, I didn't link it, I used the brush. This is going to be called recreation. See, I'm making myself a bit of trouble here by linking these buttons. Yeah, I didn't figure out that I'm not linked it. Right, now they're linked. That's good, but the button will not work because it's locked. You cannot lock the buttons. I didn't understand why it's not working. It makes me question everything, you see. I'm running around not knowing what to do. Does it need the door? No, it doesn't. You need to unlock the buttons. But I didn't figure that out here. Anyway, I already figured it out. So what I'm going to do is linked. The doors are open. I just destroy the button. Actually, that's what I ended up doing. Put the doors in. The doors are there. And the doors are upstairs as well. But it's still not going to work because there's some trouble. I've made a mistake. Get rid of that. And then maybe get rid of it. Doesn't work, look. It's not working. I can't press it. Why is it not working, I'm wondering? Is it the doors? Is it something with the track? I can't quite figure out that I've locked those buttons because I didn't use the linker. Put the buttons in again, link it. Now this time I didn't lock it. So you can call it and it works. Good, here it is. Excellent. So it is working. Now I'm just going to do the same thing by putting in the glass and the paneling. For some reason it didn't work and I didn't figure out why. So here look, I go up the building and add the different elevators all the way to the top. All the way to the top. It takes ages, but I'm doing it floor by floor now that I know the system, and I'm not failing at it. Just don't use the brush on the buttons because it will lock them, and that's trouble. And I can go all the way back down to the ground floor with my fully functional elevator in Diamond Insurance. Otherwise, I was going to be mad because the buttons didn't work because I kept locking them. But never mind, it's done, and I'm happy with that. It could have 2 elevators, but there's no space in that building. It's retrofitted for an elevator, which means I've gone back in a pre-existing design and put one in. So yeah, it would be better to build a building first with elevators in mind. Can I put one in the Mitsumaru Bank facility? No, because there's no space. Again, if I was to install an elevator here, it would be retrofitted, which means I have to gut the entire building, ruin a lot of the design that already looks cool. If you need to use the stairs, that's the building to work in. Anyway, let's go to the final building that I'm going to put an elevator in, and that's over here with the Oak Lovelies. So the Oak Lovelies, as you saw in the beginning, it did have an elevator, so I'm going to actually go and install that now. Here is the elevator mock-up. I didn't know there was an elevator mod until just recently. So here all I need to do is basically remove this entire column of stuff all the way to the top. And then I can put in the elevator because it's already there. It's already earmarked, isn't it, for an elevator, which is cool. Get rid of that sign, the little fake switch, the fake lights, the fake elevator shaft is making me mad. It doesn't work. Get rid of those doors. Get rid of that little power button. I think there's a few more floors I'll chip through. Yeah, there's another one. Whoops, doesn't matter about that, you can fix that, get the blind wall, fix that hole, that's going to be perfect for the sign, and that's it. Yeah, that's the top. Done it. So all I need to do now is remove that button, which doesn't work, and put in the tracks. So yeah, I'm at the top. Oh, there's one more, I could do one more. Get rid of those, get rid of that, get rid of the floor. Yep, I doubled it up to make it nice and safe, but now I can actually use it as an elevator shaft. It's great, I'm happy with that, so I need to get the tracks. Keep the brush, that's important. I need the linker as well, that is also important. Put the brush in my inventory for now. Get this, so I need to get the gourd. And I need to make the floor a little bit lower so it doesn't clip, otherwise it's rubbish. Go in with the GUI tool, -2, middle click that one, paste them in, done. So now I've got myself an elevator floor. Now I can get the brush back and all the other stuff I need to make the elevator. First, I need to put the track in. You put the track where you want, but you've got to make sure you can offset the elevator, otherwise it doesn't work. Put in these track pieces all the way to the top, and then put in the station, you could call it really, here. It's not a station, it's a floor track. Still, it's a station. Go up to the top, another floor track here, and another track piece. Oh, whoa, I fell down, that's no good. Quick, get this one. I've got to go all the way to the top, another floor track, and one more for the top floor, and then just link it up with the elevator tracks. And now I've got a perfectly functional elevator almost here. So basically that's brilliant, isn't it? All the way to the top. Nice. You can see the city from here. But I need to finish the elevator. I'm not finished. I'm installing it. I'm on an engineering job. What am I doing? Yeah, so here, look, you can put in the buttons. Probably do that on every floor. Better off doing floor by floor, but this is still a good method actually. Then the buttons go in here. Whoops. And then one more set of buttons. And they go in here. Done. Whoops. Yep. Put in the signs later, I'm not bothered about that. I need to now put in the refresher. So get the elevator refresher, put that in. Good, all of the boys are there. Buoys if you want. And then you just offset the elevator where you want it to be. This is a 2x2 elevator, rotated, and it's perfect, isn't it? It works, it's absolutely brilliant. Put in the doors. Again, I shouldn't really put the doors in yet, because I've got to link it all up with the refresher tools and things. Yeah, you're going to need the even doors. When it's 2 or 4, you need even. When it's 3, 5, or 7 or whatever, you need odd. Here, look, I can put in a bit more paneling. I can put in the sign. There we go. Put in the display panel. Good. Get rid of that one because I do need to link. So link the button to the track panel. Link this to the track panel. Excelente. Go upstairs with Axiom mod because I'm a cheat. And do the same thing. Build the ceiling part. Good. And then put in the sign, the display panel. Link it to the back piece, link it to the back piece. That white line is actually very handy. Go up again and do the same on every floor so it's all functional and working. Display panel, and then link tool, link, everything's linked. Good, and then go up again to the final floor, I believe. Put the signs up, put the blocks up first, then put the display panel, then grab the linker, link to that and link to that. Now it works. And then the final floor, this is actually the final floor. Cool, put that in, link and link. Now I can put the doors in and it works. Everything should work. Good. So I could call it. I'm not going to call it, I'm going to go back to the ground floor. And then I'm going to put the doors in and call it. Pretty good. This is floor 1. It should be 0 really. Doesn't matter. I'm going to name all the floors properly. This is 2. Yeah, okay. I'm going to change those in a minute because it's wrong. In the building, there's actually already a name on it. I'm using the brush to be careful. Yep, this one should be 4. It's actually 5, or is it 3? I'm getting confused myself. This one here is 5. Look here, look. Oh, there's a sign. It says 4. So this can't be 5, can it? It's got to be 4. So now I've got to go back down the building. Confusion. 3. Yep. 2. I've got to get a convention for that. That's why we've got it, haven't we? Like ground floor or first floor. Now I believe in the UK they have ground 0 floor. It confuses me a lot, that does. But yeah, fine. 0. That's fine. Put the doors in and call it. It's already there. Just go up, put the doors in. Yep. Go up all of the floors. I know this one works. It absolutely does. Done. That's it, isn't it? Yep, I don't want to go too high. Call it from here. It goes all the way up to 4, and I can just get in. Pretty handy, huh? The elevator system is working in Mitsumaro City. Happy days. Very happy with that. It's excellent. Go back down to the first floor, and then 0 for some reason. I've got to get the convention right on that, otherwise it's confusing. Anyway, yeah, this has been brilliant. If you've liked this video, subscribe to my channel, send me a comment. If you want to, you can support me on Ko-fi. You can maybe buy the schematic as well for the Mitsumaro Elevator Company, the MMElevator Company. I like the name, it's funny, isn't it? Go up to the 4th floor. Here I am. Yeah, on the 3rd floor, actually. I'm going to go in this apartment. How rude of me. I've already built it myself, though. It's kind of my house, kind of. Good, excellent. That elevator was sorely needed. They can't be going up and down those stairs forever, can they? Otherwise, it's a pain. Close the door. Yeah, I could use the elevator again. Cool. Instead of using the stairs like a chump, I can use these. Yeah, I can use this elevator. I don't want to be a chump no more. Use these. Use these elevators. Brilliant. Here I am. That's good. Clear out the inventory. Close the door of Oak Lovelies. This has been a brilliant build. I'm absolutely happy with this. It's done. Angler's Retreat is another candidate for a build, putting an elevator in, but there's no space for an elevator. Where am I going to put it? Where am I going to put the lift? There's no space. I just can't do it. The MTR, the one MTR building here to the right, again, is a candidate for an elevator, but there's no space for it. So that's trouble, isn't it? But the city is coming on. It's getting better, isn't it? I'm really excited about this. Every day the city is growing in different ways. I'm adding new things, finding new mods and interesting content, and hopefully helping you guys install these mods, which can be very confusing and very annoying. You know it. It's very difficult to install a mod. If you have any questions about this particular mod or the city as it's growing, just let me know. I know everything about the usual mod, and I know everything about Cocricot mod. A bit. I don't know everything about it, do I? It's a bit egotistical to say, but I do know a lot of things. Yeah, so hit me up with a comment. Let me know if you've got any trouble with it. Go upstairs here. I don't even need to use the stairs. I can just press the button. Take me up to the main office. Yeah. If you want to go downstairs from here, you could probably smash the glass, or you could use the elevator, because they don't have stairs. They don't believe in stairs. That's the whole premise of this company, isn't it? We don't believe in stairs. We believe in elevators. Cool. I'm MMElevator. This has been a brilliant build, and I'll see you next time.